Where are you fucking getting me? Jimmy, get in. Baby, you know I got that class at 2, right?
What?
You know I got that online class at 2.
What?
The online class at 2. I'm trying to set up for an online class here.
Take it easy.
Well, I told you.
So do you want us to like not be home? Okay.
I'm online with people
Okay.
here.
Come on, let's go upstairs.
I don't know if this is going to work or not.
You take your stuff right here.
Jimmy, go.
We're all ready.
This doesn't seem to be working. What is going on, man?
Just the two of us so far?
Looks that way, yeah.
Okay.
I don't see anybody from the circle either.
Well, they'll get here.
No worries. At least I got you there. Now I know there's something. Now I know I'm connected.
I said, so you're not talking into the void at least.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we got 5 minutes or so, so I'll just wait and see if we'll just wait and see who kind of signs on. Oh, I'll be right back, Eric. Sorry. No, it's okay, Mom. She can make noise. As long as it's going off across the screen. I got you.
Okay, so if you're okay, you're hanging out now.
That's okay.
Okay, bye.
Another 3 minutes.
Hey, John.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, thanks.
I unfortunately am not able to participate today. How long is your session going to be?
30 minutes max.
Okay. I'll be here for most of it then still actually, but
Okay.
I just have a few questions. How long were you planning on doing this with us? Like, were you wanting to continue until the end, or do you just want to do a couple weeks, or what were you thinking?
I can go right to the end, especially if there's participation.
Okay, awesome. Well, it's up to you, so I'll keep you on the schedule until then. Does this time slot work for you every week then?
Yeah, it should be no problem.
Okay, awesome. And then it's recording. That was the other thing. Okay, I think that was it for a second.
So you have to set up so your coach can see your hair. Sorry, just stay there till the camera. Original. It's
Hey, Cruz, what's up, buddy?
nothing. For hair.
You look like you just woke up, man. Yeah.
What, baby? Okay, I'll just go and set it. You don't need to get upset.
All right, well, I guess we'll get started, guys.
So talking.
You ready, Cruz?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, guys, today we're gonna start by going over the last couple of things that we did last day. Okay, just so that everybody's. We're not gonna spend much time on it, but we're just gonna do a review. Okay. So, first off, just checking your stance, right? So we're checking that stance, making sure that line is there, making sure we can touch our knees together, right? We've got a little bit of an angle on our body. Our chin is down. We're bringing our hands up into that position here. Okay, nice and tight. This is the position I want to see you in. Eyes up, of course, chin down. Okay? And that line between your legs, both ways, you want to keep that there. So, again, the rule is if you start at the tip of your toes, you shoot back. Okay? You should not hit your heel. Okay? That's the stance you want to be in. When we're moving, pushing off with our back foot, right? Push ourselves forward with our front foot, push ourselves backwards. We don't lift and walk, okay? All right. Okay, guys, so the next thing we're going to look at doing is our left jab, okay? So remember, when we're talking about our jab, really important to remember that there's different types of jabs. You've got a defensive jab, which doesn't require anything. It doesn't require any movement. You can simply start from this position, you throw your jab, and keep them at bay, right? Try to keep the jab tight like this, elbows in tight. You're going to take the jab forward, okay? Maybe color now, guys. Put that back a little bit so that you can see a little bit better. There we go. Okay. With that jab, defensive jab, we're just pushing that jab out from here. Okay? Now, offensive jab, we're going to use that back foot to push ourselves forward. Okay? So we're pushing ourselves forward and we're throwing the jab at the same time. Just like that, making sure to bring that foot in. Okay? Let's see it, Cruz. Let's see it, buddy. Push with that back foot. Push it off. Bring that back foot in. Okay? There you go. Nice and tight. Watch your line.
John, I still can't see you.
Can't see me?
No, the top, your shoulders up are gone. You're
okay. I'm gonna push it back a little bit just so I can.
Now you even now just your shoulders.
Okay, so how's that looking now?
Are you on a laptop? Or are you
better? Missing your head, but got everything else now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's better.
My head's not important. You don't need to see that.
There you go. That's better.
That better?
Way better.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
all right,
yeah,
guys.
that's good.
All right, so now you can see. So yeah, again, in the back, we're pushing off that foot and we're stepping in with that jab. Push and step, bring that back foot in, okay? Like I said, I'm just gonna do a quick review and then we're gonna move on to some other things, all right? So the next punch that we worked on last day was that red cross, okay? So remember, all this guys, a good habit to get into. And I tell you, I was actually fortunate enough to spend some time in Cuba and I worked with the team down there. They're the #1 boxing team in the world, if you don't know that. And I've seen guys with 400 amateur boxing matches still doing this. And what I mean by that is they'll get up, they'll set up, and they'll check their stance. They'll make sure that their line is there. They'll make sure that their knees are touching in place. Everything's nice and tight, and then they'll start to do their work, right? So don't feel like, don't feel self-conscious about checking it all the time. You want to make sure that you're always in line and everything's lining up, especially when you're starting, because if you get into a bad habit, it's going to be hard to correct it because we're building body mechanics as we go, right? So we're pushing off this back foot, just like this, nice and tight. We checked our line. We're pushing and stepping, okay? From that point, we're in range to land the right hand now. We're going to bring our foot up onto the ball of the foot like that. We're going to turn our hip forward, and we're going to walk it up into the right hand. Okay? So I want everyone to give that a little shot. Again, we're going to try from the back stance, from the stance. We're going to set up, check our stance, check our arms, our line, make sure everything's good. And then from here, we push off, and we throw that cross afterwards. Your finishing point should be here. You'll see that you're in this position right here, okay? I'll give everyone a second to work on that. Nice and straight. So you want that hip to turn just over straight. You're not going to move your body out of line. Just nice and tight and straight down the line right there. Your right hand should land the same place your jab went, okay? That's why when we're holding pads, I always make the point to tell people, don't have your pad out here, because this center area is always going to be your target. You're aiming at a head. Nobody has a head this big, right? So always try and keep the pads in the center if you have someone holding for you, okay? So once we've thrown that right hand and we've got that hip rotation into this position, okay? Again, of course, my hand is going to be up here. We're going to turn and rotate our feet back, and we're going to come into that left hook. And you'll see again, my shoulder over, my chin tucks down, my hand is up here, okay? And again, you can have that from either side, guys, right? You can hook from here in this position or from here. Either one is fine, okay? Either one's fine. This one's going to bring your elbow up a little bit, but ultimately, whatever's more comfortable for you, that's what we're going to go with, okay? So what I want you to do now, guys, is we're just going to feign that right hand, okay? As if we're throwing it. We're not actually going to throw it. We're going to move our hip forward, and then we're going to turn and rotate into the hook, okay? We're going to move ourselves forward, and then we're going to turn and rotate into the hook so that we're getting that hip rotation, okay? A hook is not something that you generally throw as a lead punch, but you can. And as you get more experience, you'll be able to do that. You'll be able to set it up, right? When people are beginning, I like them to throw it in a combination because it does open you up a little bit, and it's hard to get that hip rotation without throwing the right hand until you're a little bit more experienced, right? So the full combination that you're going to throw is going to be jab, cross, hook. And I'll show you from both angles, okay? So again, don't forget, guys, that you have to adjust that back foot, bring it in so that it's in range, okay? So again, on here, nice and tight, checking our line, everything's good. Push, 1, 2, 3, right? So I'll show you from here. If you're looking at it from this position, we're pushing off, jab, cross, hook, okay? And this is the end position right here. You don't want to go any further than this, okay? Your hand's going to stop here. At this time, if you have to make contact, okay? All right. So I want to work on today, guys. We're going to work on a little bit of defense, and we're going to work on head movement, okay? Watch boxing or kickboxing on TV or even MMA. Okay? We don't just move our head though, okay? We can just move our head, but that doesn't set us up for the next punch, Okay, so what we're going to work on today is we're going to work on slip and load, is what we call it. Okay, so basically the same motion that we would use to throw a right hand or to throw a left hook, we're going to use in our slip. Okay, now it's also important to remember that when someone throws a punch at you, okay, you want to go to the outside of their arm. You want to slip outside. Okay, you don't want to slip inside. If you put your head here to slip the punch, you're going to walk right into my right hand. Okay, and vice versa if you go the other way. So you want to make sure that if I'm throwing a jab at you, that you're slipping out there. So obviously you're slipping the opposite way, right? So a jab, you got to remember it's a mirror image, right? So your left hand is going to come this way. Your left hand is going to be facing my right hand. Okay, so I'm going to slip to the outside of it. So when I slip, I'm going to use that same position that I used on my foot for a left hook. Okay, so you slip. And I'm going to turn and rotate here. And you see, I can still see you through the corner of my eye here, right? I got my hands in this position here. Okay, I'm looking over my glove. And I've turned just like I'm throwing for a left hook. And I've moved that head to the side. And then I can come back with that right hand. Okay? If I go the other way, someone throws a right hand at me, I'm just going to slip this way. Okay? Now, when you slip, the natural tendency for people is to kind of want to go backwards, right? That's a bad thing to do because you're not in position now. You put your body and you're off balance, right? So what you're trying to do is close the gap. So when I slip, I'm slipping forward, okay? So see my body's coming into this position. So then I can throw that left hook, or I can go the other way and throw the right hand, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just work on going back and forth with our head for a little bit here, and then we'll work on some throwing punches off of that, okay? So we're gonna do it with our feet too though, right? So we're gonna slip over, slip, slip, and I want you to remember, keep your eyes up. So when I slip the punch to the outside, I'm still keeping my eyes on my opponent. You don't want to do this because now you can't see that second or third punch that they're going to throw, right? You want to make sure that your eyes are staying on your opponent at all times. So when I'm slipping, I'm here, I'm in this position, I'm going to slip over here. But my eyes are still looking here. I'm going to slip over here, but my eyes are still looking there, okay? So just get a little movement kind of going back and forth, slip, slip, just like this. Work on that for a couple minutes. I know it seems like an odd and awkward moment, or movement, I should say, but very important one. I have a tendency to focus more on defense than I do on offense. Obviously, we want to remain healthy and safe when we do boxing. So just keep working there, guys. Don't forget to rotate your feet. Don't just move your head. Rotate the feet. Rotate the feet, okay?
Question.
Yes, sir.
Are you shifting your weight when you do this?
Most definitely.
One
Just
foot
think
to the other?
if you were throwing a punch.
Okay.
Yep, you want that hip to move the exact same motion. So, you know, like it's the same as a right hand or a left hook. Because what you're doing, Eric, is you're loading, right? So when I go over here to slip the punch, I put myself in a position where I can come right back with a power punch or a counter.
I don't get the turning to the left. Like,
okay, let me have a look here what you're doing. Yeah, so you're gonna come, the big thing is to come up on the ball of your foot, right? And then you want to, yep. So you're gonna come right up on the ball of your foot and you're gonna turn here. And then the idea is that the punch goes over your shoulder, right? So my head's here, as the person throws the punch, I'm turning here, and this just, because we're not trying to make them miss by a big amount, right? If you do a really big motion, then you're in a position where you can't really counterpunch, right? The less I have to move, the better, right? Yeah, you're getting the idea. So you want to, again, the big thing is to pivot on that foot, right? So you're going to pivot and turn, and then you're still looking. So now at this point, you can see from there, you can easily come right back with your right hand.
open your hand up?
No, I do that out of bad habit. Don't do that. Keep yourself in a fist all the time.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry about that. Yeah, no, that's a habit that I have, but it's not a good habit, so try to avoid that.
I'm glad I asked.
Absolutely. Yeah, so that's exactly, you want to be in that guarded position, right? I'm turning here. You see that my body's coming forward a little bit, just so that I can, so if I was like, for instance, if the person's body was here, I'm right in a position then to throw that left hook to the body or to throw that left hook to the head, okay? Yeah. And a good thing to do is just get the hip rotation down. So one thing you maybe we'll do this for a couple seconds, guys, is just work that hip rotation back and forth. 1, 2, 1, 2, just like that, so that you're getting that rotation, right? That pivot, and pivot on the feet each time, right? So you pivot over to the foot here, pivot over to the foot there, just like that. Because that's where your power comes from, that's where your defense comes from. Everything's gonna come off the hips. Excellent. I'm getting the idea. And the thing is, guys, don't get frustrated with anything, because at the end of the day, you got to remember, I mean, it takes a long time to learn these skills proficiently. I mean, I've been doing this for over 30 years, right? So, good. Okay, so the next step that we're going to do is we're going to do that rotation, the defense, right? So, what is the best counter punch for a right hand? It's going to be the left hook. What is the best counter punch for the left hand? It's going to be the right hand, right? So we're slipping. I'm going to slip that right hand. Pretend we're slipping that right hand. So we want to go to the outside. Remember, it's a mirror image. So where your left hand is, that's where your person's right hand is going to be. So I'm going to slip over. And then I'm going to throw my hook. Okay? So I want you to slip over, you pivot your foot forward, and then back to the pivot for the left hook. And then come back with the hook. Yeah. Okay? And remember, when you throw the hook, again, you're going right to this position here with your foot, right? You want to rotate so that your hip is turning sideways to face your opponent. So just work that for a little bit, guys. I'll give you a couple minutes to work on that. Good, get that elbow up, perfect.
Shit.
It'll come, it'll come. It's a new body mechanic, right? So your body's gonna, you gotta kind of think it through as you're going, because the idea eventually, obviously, is that you don't think when you do this and then it just happens, but it's like anything. Any sport or activity that you're doing, it's gonna take a little bit of time to get it.
I think would somebody need to practice a week or a day or whatever to get this to feel automatic?
You want to practice, you know, maybe 3 times a week, 3-4 times a week. Yeah. Because, I mean, again, it's a body mechanic. And if someone throws a punch at you, well, you don't have time to say, okay, well, I'm going to move to the right now. It just has to happen, right? And your body will eventually develop that. It will just automatically move, right? Our body has an innate desire to protect us, right? So when we give it a situation where we can, because our natural reflexes are not good, right? Our natural reflexes, our tendencies to close our eyes, to push away, that kind of stuff are all wrong, right? When it comes to defending yourself. Okay, so now we'll try going the other way, right? So we're going to go from this position. We're going to turn to the left this time. We're going to turn over. We're making sure, again, that we're looking over our glove, okay? And then we're going to come back with that right hand, okay? So we're turning over with the left hook. Our hands are up. We can still see our opponent. Our eyes are on our opponent. And then we're coming right back into a right hand, okay? Full rotation. So you're slipping out, yeah, exactly. And throw that right hand, Chris. There you go. And again, guys, check your line every time, right? Make sure that you're in position, that you've got that line in between your feet. Nice and solid base, right? Okay. Good. Everyone's getting the basic idea, and that's all we're really going to accomplish here, right? Is just want you to get that basic movement down right now. Keep the right hand nice and straight. Don't loop it, okay? The straight punches are going to get there first. Okay. Keep going, guys, just for one more minute. I got a couple of drills that we're going to do. Most of what we focus on today is going to be defensive. The one thing about boxing is it's monotony, right? It's the same thing over and over again until you perfect it. And that's exactly what we're trying to work here, guys. And that's how you build a body mechanic, right? You don't think when you walk, you don't think when you take that step forward because it's automatic, right? It's like breathing. And you want to be able to do that the same thing when you're defending the punch. You don't have time to think about it, okay? All right, so what we'll work on now, guys, we're going to do that step, and we're going to throw a 1-2, and then we're going to slip, okay? So we're going to do the 1-2 first, pushing off of that back foot, jab cross. So I'm jabbing, I'm throwing the cross, I'm coming back into position, and then our opponent is throwing a punch at me. Let's say it's right hand, and then I'm going to slip it. Okay. Now, if you don't counter punch when you slip, you just go back into position. Boop, right back in. Don't sit in that position. Okay. Don't stay here like this. It's just going to be flip, slip, and back. Okay. So again, it's the cross, jab. We're coming in. 1, 2. They throw a counter punch, slip. Okay. We're going to try that for 2 minutes, guys.
John, my video keeps cutting out.
Okay.
So we're doing jab, cross, and then slip which way?
You're gonna slip a right hand, okay? So the jab cross is gonna come, again, you're just gonna throw it normally, stepping in, jab, cross, recover, and then the person throws, so you're gonna slip the right hand, okay? Which is gonna move you to your left.
Slip to my, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Bring it back and then slip, yeah.
That way?
Good. Don't stay in that leaned over position, guys. Make sure you fully recover. I'm recovered. Slip. Okay. Everyone's looking okay. That's good, guys. Yeah. Keep going. Keep working. Okay, so now we'll try the jab, cross, and the hook, okay? So we're gonna push up with that back foot again. We're gonna close that distance. Jab, cross, hook, recover, and then we're gonna slip this, we're gonna slip that left hand this time, okay? So again, chins down, check your line, make sure everything's good, elbows are in, jab, cross, hook, recover, slip, okay? Let's try that one for a couple minutes, guys. Yeah, exactly. See the full thing, jab, cross, hook. Get that left hand up, Cruz. Get that left hand up, buddy.
Listen to Cole.
Full thing, Cruz. Show me the full thing. Jab, cross. Throw the hook. Don't forget your hook. Jab, cross, hook. Jab, cross, hook. And then you slip. There you go. Good. Excellent. That's good.
Question.
Yes, sir.
When you slip, where are your hands relative to your head?
You want to kind of keep your hands just below your eye level. Okay? Just enough that they're up, but you can also see clearly.
I mean, like how far away from your face?
How far? When I'm slipping, I tend to bring my hands very tight to my face. Okay. That way, if by some chance the punch does catch you, it's going to catch both instead.
Okay. Thanks.
And a good way to know that you got your hands up is actually that a lot of times I'll tell guys, because I'll be in class and I'll say to someone, put your hands up, and they think that their hands are up, but they've started to dip gradually throughout the class. And what you can do is actually just touch the gloves off you if you want to do that. Just a little touch off your face, and then you know you can kind of feel it. And you don't need to worry about your visual sight.
One other question.
Sure.
When you're switching from the hook, or sorry, from the cross to the hook,
Yep.
you go back to your, I'll call it a base stance before you go into the hook, or do you just
No,
right
you're
into the
going
hook?
to throw straight right off each other. So that rotate forward, and then come right back to the hook. Right?
Okay.
In your combinations, you don't want to have any break, right? That's good. Okay, guys. So now we're going to try. We got a few minutes left here. What we're going to try and do is we're going to put a combination together, and then we're going to slip and counter. Okay. This time, so we're not just going to slip. We're going to slip and counter. Okay. So I come in. I'm coming in again. I'm throwing that 1, 2, 3. Just the basic punches. Again, check that line before you start. Watch your line down. Check your elbows. Keep your elbows in tight. Okay. Chin is down. Eyes are up. I step. I push. Jab. Cross. Hook. As I go here, I'm going to go right into my slip because he threw a punch at me, and then I'm going to throw the hook again. Okay? Jab, cross, hook, slip, hook.
You say hook, slip, hook?
Yep. Yep. So we're assuming that they threw a right hand at us. So it's jab, cross, hook, slip, hook. The good thing to do, guys, when you get some time on your own, if you have a mirror or something, observe your punches in the mirror so that you can see what you're doing. Might seem silly shadow boxing in the mirror, but it's because you can see your technique, right? There you go, and then the slip. And then the hook again, buddy. So Cruz, we're going jab, cross, hook, slip, hook. Let me see it. Slip, and then the hook. Flip the other way, right? So we hook, okay? We're slipping out and coming right back with the hook again, okay? Slip the right hand. Keep working, guys. We got a couple minutes. Have any questions coming off of like I said, it's just a matter of practice and really understanding that everything's happening off the turns of your hip, right? We rotate, we slip, we punch, whatever the case may be, it all comes off that hip. Everything comes off that rotation, okay? So that we're using our full body, all right? So I'm not going to go into anything further today because I think I don't want to overflow your mind again. Practice this stuff in the mirror, you know, watch yourself move a little bit. If you have a full body length mirror, that's even better because you can control the speed as well, okay? Another thing you can do also record yourself so that you can see the motions and punches. And then practice this stuff, and then next week at 2 o'clock, we'll be back here again. We'll go over any questions that you have. Thanks very much guys, for joining.
Thanks a bunch.
Thank you, John.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye, buddy. We'll see you soon.
John,
Yes.
how long those little videos you post? How many times or for how long should he be practicing a week? Like the cross jab.
I'd like him to practice at least a couple times a week right now. And I'm going to actually be doing some more videos on the weekend. So there'll be a whole new set from this coming week. And
So a couple times for like 15, 20 minutes or?
minutes by himself is good enough. Yeah. We don't want to overload him kind of thing, but just try and make sure that he tries to stay strict to his form and everything, right? Because he loses his attention a little bit sometimes. He's young, right? So you gotta just kind of make sure that he's actually focused on it, right? In a shorter time span will probably be better for that week.
Perfect.
All right.
Okay. Thank you so much. Stay safe. Have
As well. Have a
fun.
great one. Thank you.
Okay. Bye.